at VBS. This is day 4. We're on Thursday for our craft, and today we are doing a fun craft that brings the best news from the Bible that we could ever receive. And so when we trust in Jesus, we learn that Jesus' power gives us life forever. And our story is all about Jesus and the tough stuff that he goes through for us, and then the sad part when he dies. But the fun part for us, the good news, is that Jesus rises from the dead. And my dear friend here, Alexa, is going to move the stone. And what does it say, Alexa?
He is risen.
He is risen. Jesus is risen from the dead, and he is alive forever. And that's the promise God gives to us. So my friend Maya and Owen are going to be showing us how we're doing our craft for those who receive the older children's bags. And for the younger ones, Alexa is going to demonstrate what you will receive in your bag. So we sure hope you have lots of fun. To begin, first by taking the brown piece of paper, and those who are older will get an opportunity to glue that down. For our friends in JKSK grade 1-2, your paper will be already glued. What do we do next? What do we need to put on our paper next?
The plate?
The plate. And the plate is actually going to be the tomb where Jesus is buried. So if we can take some glue. Now you might have a glue in a bottle like this. You may need some help from an older brother or sister or parent or guardian, and go along the edge of your plate. And as you're doing that, make sure you get it pretty heavy on there. You need quite a bit to make it stiff. Maya and Owen are cutting theirs out because they are older and it's a little bit more difficult to do the cutting on the plate.
Do I stick it now?
Now you can stick it down, and it might go off the edges just a tiny bit. So just be sure to clean up really well when you're all done, when a little bit goes on the table. The next thing we need to do, this will require some help from an adult, possibly for some people, or an older brother or sister. We are going to take our rock. You'll find a black circle, and we are going to take something that's called a brad. So we're going to put that in our rock, and so just gently poke it through.
Can you maybe help me?
Certainly. And we just move it in a little bit like that from the edge. There. Now this becomes kind of the tough one, because we want to make sure that we cover the whole up. Have to do this. And did you find a spot for that? Good job. Okay, I'll hold it there. Push real hard. Good job. And if we can put it, if you can push. Great job with the rocks. The stone will be rolled away. So the next part is, we're going to put 3 crosses up above. And on the 3 crosses, You'll want to make sure they stay on the paper. So you'll notice that they kind of have to come together a little bit. Here they're fair so that they can stay in on either side. And if you can, put Jesus cross at the very top and the other two down just below it.
Are we supposed to glue them?
We are going to glue them. So as long as you've got them in the place where they'll stay, that you can fit them on your paper, okay? Then I'll ask you to take the cross beam off, the one in the center, and then one at a time we can glue them down. You start with the one in the middle for Jesus. And they take lots of glue, and don't worry about it leaking out at the sides. We're going to print on that, Owen. If you want, to print on, you can print on them after, but sometimes it's easier before. So where you have the little dot of glue, you can put your heart. Good job, Alexa. And I'll just remind you, don't press too hard when we put this next part on, because they kind of slide on the paper.
Okay. Right, Jesus loves me.
That's right. So on the one side you put Jesus,
Oh, can you pass me the black right beside you?
and then on the other side of the heart, me. So the heart means love. Jesus loves me. Great job. Okay. And we have discovered that we prefer to use the white liquid glue, right? It works a little bit better. Would you like to pick a marker to print out Jesus?
I think I might do black.
Okay.
About.
Okay, so once you get the cross beam on your crosses, it will look like this, and it looks like we're almost done, but we're not. What are we missing?
The grass.
The grass?
Grass.
So if you have a green marker at home, you can draw some grass on. You might have some green construction paper if you wanted to look and get fancy. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
This is just some foam that I had extra at home. And then, in our story, the women go to the tomb with their spices, and they arrive at the tomb, and when they look in, what do they find?
Jesus's body's missing?
Yes, his body is gone. And so we're going to print, "He is risen." So we'll use a nice dark marker. I tried a silver one, and it didn't show up very well. So a nice dark black is a perfect one. It will show up really well.
Do you write it right now?
And before you do that, we're going to just draw a little rectangle on the bottom with our black marker. Good job.
Do we color it
You
in?
can color it in. And that is another rock that will be inside that Joseph of Arimathea would have gone in, and Jesus' body would be laying down on that rock, and he covered him in something white. And we don't usually use this word very often, but it's linen, which means cloth or fabric. And when Joseph came,
Maybe I'll need to put mine a little bigger.
and there was actually two parts. So if you want to, I only used one, but you can make it in two parts if you want to. And you can make it smaller or bigger. But what happened was that one part was all nicely folded up. And that was all folded up because in Jesus' time, people used to fold their napkins when they were all done. And that to say they would come back for more. And when Jesus was in the tomb and then he was gone, the women saw that there was some linen folded up, which meant I'm coming back. So that he was making us a promise. So if you got some glue there, good job.
Hey, can you please pass me the black marker? Thank you. I think it's stuck to the table with some glue.
And if you happen to make a mistake with your little piece of white, that's okay. It's only a little piece of Kleenex. So you can use a little piece of Kleenex at home, from home, or a little piece of paper towel, or even toilet paper. Anything can work.
Even white paper.
Absolutely.
A napkin.
A napkin is a good idea too. Because sometimes the glue goes everywhere but where we want it to. Okay, you're gonna glue yours in there.
Do you like fold it kind of?
Sure. Or you can crumple it up too. It doesn't have to be folded.
How did you fold yours?
Yeah, that just like that. And then I put glue here, and then I flipped it over. And then I put glue again.
Maybe I'll put my
Use purple.
Oh, Owen's being very creative. Very good, Owen. Can you hold that up just gently so it doesn't fall? And let's show our friends at home what you did. For he is risen.
With my messy writing.
Looks great.
He is risen or he has risen?
He is risen. He has is not wrong, but we say he is because he is alive forever.
And it kind of makes more sense.
Yeah. Maya, how are you making out there?
All done.
Almost done. Oh, good.